Hello BookTube, it's Ben here from the History Power channel again. Here with a slightly different video because this one's like a small book haul and a weekly reads video. I did a video a few days ago in which I did a book haul. I think I did about 6 or 7 books that I'd received. Only as soon as I'd finished making the video, the postman came round. And typically he had a parcel with a few books in. It was only 3, but I thought rather than doing a specific book haul video, I'll combine those 3 books with my weekly reads video and kind of just put it all into one video to make things easier. So I'll do the little book haul that arrived a couple of days ago first. And then I'll go on to what I've been reading this week and what I'm going to be reading next week. So I hope that's okay. If it's not, well, that's what I'm going to do. So there you go. Right, the first, the 3 books that arrived are as follows. In the Service of the Emperor. The Rise and Fall of the Japanese Nation from 1931 to 45, written by N.S. Nash. And that's published by Pen and Sword Books and priced at £25. Now, I haven't really flicked through this one, but by the weight of it, it seems like it's going to be very detailed, and it does seem to be. Lots of small writing, so plenty of history in one small book. I'll just read the first paragraph from the inlay. The expansion of the Japanese Empire between 31 until its defeat in 45 is one of the most extraordinary yet shocking episodes in human history. Extraordinary in that a relatively non-industrialized island nation was prepared to go to war, concurrently with China, the most populous country, Great Britain with its worldwide empire, and the USA, the wealthiest, most powerful country on earth. Shocking as those in the service of the Emperor practiced persistent and unrestrained brutality as they conquered and occupied swathes of Southeast Asia. But as this superbly researched work reveals, there is no denying their fighting and logistical expertise. The author examines the political, economic and strategic efforts of the rapid Japanese expansion and explores the cult of deity that surrounded the empire. Well, that does sound interesting. And to be honest, I don't really get that many books on Japanese history, so I'm kind of looking forward to that one, and I think I'm going to enjoy it. That's the front cover. And then on the back, if I do this closer, you've got some photos there. So that's In the Service of the Emperor, published by Pen and Sword Books. I shall try and leave a link down below in the description below this video, so if you fancy any of the books or have a look in greater detail, then just click on the link. The next book is another Pen and Sword book. Quite a light. This one feels quite light, which does feel unusual for a Pen and Sword book. And also it's a bit of a shiny cover. This one's titled Hitler's Traitors. German Resistance to the Nazis by Susan Ottaway. It's quite unusual for Pen and Sword books. It's kind of a nice-ish book cover, but it's got that shiny sheen to it, which I don't tend to do. From the inlay on the first paragraph, it says, historian A.J.P. Taylor once declared that German resistance to the Nazis was a myth. It is a view that we in the Allied nations uphold almost unanimously. but it is simply not true. Unfortunately, the resistance was not as effective as the resistors would have liked it to be, but it existed nonetheless. Hitler's Traitors, a German resistance to the Nazis, is the story of the groups and individuals that opposed Hitler and its government, and tells of their heroic but largely ineffective efforts to rid themselves of the most evil regime in modern times. So I've got, I have read previously about there was a group or a sector of the German population that wasn't happy with Hitler and the way he was taking Germany. So that does sound quite interesting. That's Hitler's Traitors, German Resistance to the Nazis. That's published by Pen and Sword Books and priced at $19.95, which again is a little odd because most Pen and Sword books are round numbers. Let's see. There's no extra clues in there. There we go, that's that book. And then the third one that came is from Osprey Books. And Osprey Books are always heavy duty, well detailed books. And this is To Save an Army, the Stalingrad Airlift, written by Robert Forsyth, published by Osprey, and priced at £25. Actually, here's one inlay anyway. Stalingrad ranks as one of the most infamous, savage and emotive battles of the 20th century. It has consumed military historians since the 1950s and has inspired many books and much debate. In To Save an Army, aviation historian Robert Forsyth tells the story of the operation mounted by the Luftwaffe to supply the airlift, and tells the story of the operation mounted by the Luftwaffe to supply by airlift the trapped and exhausted German 6th Army at Stalingrad in the winter of 42 or 43. I'm not sure, I might have read this and just got this mixed up with my pile of books, but because it sounds familiar rereading that, but I don't know whether that's because I've done it on the previous video. Oh, but anyway, there we go. I've received this anyway. Right, that is, I'm just trying to think if I've got it confused with another book and left that on the shelf. Anyway, that's what I've received straight after I did the last book haul video. So on to the weekly reads. What I have been reading, let me rearrange these, is the first one is the Kennedy Assassinations. JFK and Bobby Kennedy, Debunking the Conspiracy Theories by Mel Ayton, who I've read before. He did another book on presidential protection procedure. But it's published by Frontline Books, priced at £25. And basically he goes through all the conspiracy theories in each of the two cases that involve the two brothers. Firstly, it's he looks at the JFK case and then the Bobby Kennedy case. What he does is he lists all, kind of each chapter looks at each major conspiracy involving each of the presidents, and then he kind of debunks them and says, why this could be right, or why this is just fantastical and not really believable. And he does that with both brothers and comes to like his own conclusions for each one, which are really good. And I must admit, I have read a number of Kennedy assassination or conspiracy books, so what was in the book wasn't really new to me, but I like the way he argued all the points quite intelligently, and I must admit I probably agree with half of his conclusion that he came to, but it's a really good book. If you've got no knowledge of the Kennedy assassinations, I quite recommend this quite highly. It's quite informative, well written, very clear, and even if you're if you have like a general basic knowledge of the book, it's also quite good as well. Probably if you're an expert, or that's all you kind of ever read into was the kind of, and you're a bit of an expert on it yourself, then you might find it a bit, same type of thing, and wouldn't really kind of change your opinions, because if you were that well read up on it, you probably already formed your opinions anyway of what happened or who was responsible. But it was a good read. Took me a couple of days, but it was good. I really enjoyed reading that. And I have read quite a number of books about the assassination of JFK previously anyway. The other book I've read this week was quite an easy one, but no, it was an easy read, but certainly one I'd recommend for local historians, because this is Celtic Places and Place Names, written by John Moss, Heritage Sites and the Historical Roots of the Six Nations of the UK. And basically it's a bit like a reference book. You go as you go through the book, it covers all the Celtic place names in Scotland, Ireland and Wales. Tells you what they mean, why they came up with that name, and it gives you kind of a little brief history of each place. So if you're into genealogy, local history, or just where you want to get more local information, this book is fantastic. It's very clear, it's very comprehensive. I can't really think of a bad thing about it really, but I'm into local history and genealogy research, so I found it quite interesting, and I like learning all about place names and local histories of various places, whether it's villages you've never heard of or big towns and cities. There's always something to learn. So that's Celtic Places and Place Names. I would highly recommend this if you enjoy your local history. And that's from Pen and Sword Books, priced at £25. Again, I'll leave a link below this video to Pen and Sword Books and Casemate, and you can check out all these books yourself if you fancy. Right then, just keep those books there. Right, what I'm going to be reading this week is In Furious Skies by Tim Heath, which is all about Hitler's Luftwaffe in Second World War. Really looking forward to this because I've read about maybe 4 or 5 Tim Heath books, and he's a friend of mine on Facebook as well. So he's a really nice guy. His books are always varied, well written, and he kind of looks at history from the common man point of view. So there should be a lot of history about, or certainly contact with Luftwaffe pilots, crew, families, that sort of thing. So his books tend to not specifically on the military side of things, but from the personal views of the people taking part. So that should be good. And also I'm going to start on this book this week. It's called The Meat Grinder by Pritz Buter. The Battles for the Ziev Salient, 42 to 43, published by Osprey. I'm really looking forward to this. And also Osprey, they usually send me their books in order to review them and make videos about each particular book. So I'll do a book review on this soon, or certainly in the next couple of weeks. So that's all I'm reading. Thank you very much for watching. If you've got any comments, please feel free to drop a comment down below in this video. I value everyone's opinions. You could always let me know what you're reading, especially if it's history related this week, or if you've read some of the books, or you particularly like one of the books that I've shown, then please drop us a line. Let me know your thoughts, what you're reading. That'd be good and always interesting. Other than that, I hope you're well, stay safe, and I hope everything goes well for you this week. And I shall see you very soon. I've got I can't remember what they're called now, but one of those Tuesday type videos. So that'll be up probably tomorrow, because I don't usually do it on a Tuesday. Monday's the Queen's funeral, so I probably won't do a video then, but there might be some more videos coming next week. So anyway, take care. Please feel free to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you haven't joined us yet or subscribed to the channel, then please do. You're going to miss out on a lot of history. So there we go. I shall see you very soon. Take care. Goodbye.